Which was harder, becoming a millionaire or getting ripped? I'm going to address that in this video, and I'm going to tell you how to do both of those things at the same time. If you guys are just joining me for the first time, I'm John from BulldogMindset.com. On this channel, I teach you how to be a man. I teach you how to build financial independence, how to get the physique you want, how to get the girls you want, and how to go from the victim mindset to the bulldog mindset. If that sounds like something that you are at all interested in, click the subscribe button, click the bell, get those notifications when the new videos come out, and take the Bulldog quiz if you haven't already. This is something that you're definitely going to want to do if you want to know if you're a bulldog and get your score from 0 to 100. I'll give you some help on increasing that score so you can be the alpha male that you desire to be. All right, so I got this question. I guess I said it was an Instagram question, but it wasn't. It was a YouTube comment. And Brett Olson said, what was harder, getting ripped or becoming a millionaire? And you can see my answer here. The same seed was required to grow both outcomes. So there you go. That's my answer. That's it. The same seed was required. So it is my answer, but let me expound upon that a little bit and tell you why that is the case, right? So the thing is, so many of you guys are focused on the wrong things. What you're focused on is when you're looking at setting a goal, okay? And I talk about goal setting a lot, is you're setting a goal based on what you get versus what you become. Okay, what you become is so much more important, and that's how you really should be setting your goals. And the problem with focusing on what you get is that, hey, you can achieve those goals and you can get the thing, but you're not going to be happy, you're not going to be fulfilled in life, and it's going to be a harder path, right? Because do you want to know the fastest way to become a millionaire? Okay, it's not some kind of like business thing. It's not some kind of pyramid scheme. Okay, it's not where the secret place you invest your money. It's not Bitcoin. Okay, what it is disciplining yourself mentally. Okay, it's becoming stronger. It's becoming wise in the ways of finance and business and investing, and being able to apply that wisdom to your life. That is what requires the discipline. Okay, you want to know the fastest way to get ripped? All right, I'll tell you the fastest way to get ripped. Don't eat. No, actually, not eating is not the fastest way to get ripped, okay? Connor Murphy, a friend of mine, he did a 40-day fast on his channel. In fact, I'll link down to his 40-day fast. And it's kind of interesting. He didn't eat for 40 days. Now, he definitely got more ripped, like he lost some fat, but he didn't get extremely shredded ripped, like 5% body fat. Okay, it might surprise some of you guys. He definitely lowered his body fat, but he also everything shrunk. You know, he still maintained muscle, right? I'm in no way like trying to be negative towards him at all. He's an awesome guy, and it's fucking crazy that he did this fast. Really awesome guy, by the way. Just, you know, very, very wise guy. Okay, but I just use that as an example so you can see that that's not actually the fastest way to get ripped. All right, but what is, okay, is there is no fast way. What it is it's losing fat over time. It's maintaining muscle. It's lifting. Again, it's discipline. It's understanding. It's having the wisdom to understand, you know, how it works, but it's more important to have the discipline. And so when I say here that the same seed was required to grow about outcomes, right? If I were to say, you know, which is harder to become a millionaire or to become ripped, the answer is they're both equally hard. They require the same root seed, the same key element, okay, in order to acquire both of those things. And so not one is harder than the other. All right. What it turns out is that they're both equally hard, and they're both rooted in this thing that I've been trying to teach you guys, which, you know, the bulldog mindset encompasses, which is abandoning the victim mindset, developing self-discipline, taking responsibility for your life, and taking the action that you need to in life in order to get what you want and become what you want in life. And again, it comes down to this goal setting. So many of you guys, you have the wrong goals. Okay, you're setting goals in life based on what you want to get. You want to get money, you want to get the girls, you want to get laid, you want to get ripped or whatever it is, instead of who you want to become in that process. And when you set the goals of who you want to become, first of all, the goals become slightly different. And then these other things like becoming a millionaire and getting ripped, those become side effects of that, right? They're like milestones on your bigger goal of personal development and growing yourself as a man and becoming that true alpha male that so many guys want to be, right? You're not an alpha male just because you have $1 million. You're not an alpha male just because you have ripped six-pack abs or you can bench 450 pounds or, you know, whatever it is. You're not an alpha male just because you're getting laid, although you're probably closer to one because that criteria is being vetted by someone else, right? The opposite sex is kind of going to give you a little bit of an indication of that. But those things alone are not what makes you alpha. What makes you alpha is having that bulldog mindset, having that discipline, and learning those things. So in order for me to become a millionaire, in order for me to become ripped, what I had to do was I had to shed that beta mentality. I had to shed that victim mentality, and I had to take full responsibility for my life, knowing that no one is coming to save me. In fact, I've got a video about how you're always going to be alone in life. And I think there's a follow-up video called No One's Coming to Save You. Anyway, you can start with how you're always going to be alone in life. Go check out that video. There'll be a link in the description as well. But the key component of that is that this idea that no one gives a fuck about you. Okay, literally, like no one cares. No one cares whether you become successful. No one cares whether you make money, whether you have a good life. So what that means is that you have to take the mantle of responsibility upon yourself. If you want something in your life, if you want to become a millionaire, if you want to become ripped, then you have to take full responsibility for it. And it starts with taking that responsibility, but then getting the discipline that's required to do that. And that comes from doing hard shit. Okay. And so I had to sacrifice a lot of hours and time in order to work on buying and investing in real estate and building my businesses and going through all of the ups and downs of being an entrepreneur. Okay. And that same willingness to subject myself to that pain was the same willingness that I needed in order to get ripped. And once I developed that, what I call the bulldog mindset, all of those things came, like every single part of my life connected, and I'm going to be successful in multiple areas, right? You see a lot of guys that are successful in one or two areas of their life, but they're a failure in many other areas of their life. They don't really encompass a bulldog mindset because they focus on just that goal. If you just focus on just making money, you're going to be lacking a lot of areas, okay? And you're not going to be able to achieve those other things, right? And, a lot of times when people ask me, well, how are you doing all these different things, right? The answer is that because I have that inner flame, I have that discipline, okay, that allows me to be able to work without motivation, that allows me to be able to push where other people would have given up a long time ago. And believe me, I'm training for a 100-mile race right now. I just ran 20 miles on a busted foot 2 days ago and 10 miles on the trails yesterday, and a good 60, 70-mile week. It's tough. You don't want to do it, okay? But I have it in me now that I can accomplish this, right? Most people wouldn't be able to run a 100-mile race or train for a 100-mile race, but I'm going to be able to do that because I developed that. It's the same exact thing that's going to make me successful in business as I've been successful, that allowed me to make millions of dollars and so forth. Now, one thing that's really important that I think that a lot of guys leave out to this equation, which was important for me, is a community, is a group of guys, okay? If you haven't heard about it already, I'm sure you have if you've been watching this channel, I have the Bulldog Mindset membership. I'm going to put a link up in the cards in the description below for $7 trial to get in for the first month, right? And that is what I created in order to get guys together to be able to help each other do this, because we need some assistance in doing this, okay? We need assistance, we need this support, especially as an entrepreneur, of other men being around strong men. In fact, if you want to become a strong man, you have to be around strong men. That's the key. That's why there's so few strong men in society today. Okay. And that's, again, like why I created the Bulldog Mindset. But it's really important that you have that support system in place so that when it does get hard, you have someone kicking your ass and pushing you. All right. That's what I do with these videos. That's what I do with the Bulldog Mindset membership. And then I also give you the other element that I talked about before, which is the wisdom element of it, right? You need to know what you're going to do, right? If you're going to become a millionaire, okay, you can have all the determination you want in the world, but you need the advice, you need the knowledge. I give you the knowledge in the Bulldog Mindset. I try to do it on this channel, but I can give you only so much in-depth knowledge on this channel. Same thing with fitness, same thing with dating and relationships and whatnot. You need the real practical knowledge. So go check it out if you haven't already. Like I said, you can cancel anytime, so it's not a big commitment or anything, but at least for the first month for $7, you can't go wrong, at least checking that out and becoming part of that community. And if you really ingrain yourself in the community and really get involved there, I think you're going to see a huge benefit just making the friendships there and helping you through the times. Because as I was coming up and doing these things, if I didn't have the kind of friendships that I have, and I know a lot of really successful people, okay, I've met them throughout my process of being an entrepreneur and pursuing the things that I have, and they've encouraged me, okay. And there's been times where I wanted to give up, but I seen them succeeding. I seen them, and they pushed me, and that helped me develop that discipline and to be able to make it through that. So that's kind of the thing, guys, is it's when you ask the question of which is harder, to become ripped or become a millionaire, it's the same seed. The same seed is required to grow both outcomes. Whatever you want to achieve in life, you're going to achieve it by developing the mental toughness and the discipline that's required to do it. There's no shortcut. There's no way around that. And once you have that, there's nothing that you can't achieve, right? You can basically do whatever that you want, because the biggest thing that stops you from accomplishing your goals in life and what you want in life and getting what you want, it's not other people, it's not circumstances, not all that bullshit. Okay. What it is it's here. It's the mental blocks you have. It's limiting beliefs that you have. It's your inability to take the thoughts that you have, your will, and to express it onto the world, because you are not a good conduit for it, because you think a thought in your mind, you have the will to do a thing, yet you lack the discipline to actually accomplish that thing, right? Most of you already know how to get rich to some degree. Most of you already know how to get ripped, how to lose weight, how to gain muscle, okay? Most of you already know how it is that you can be successful with women. You know you got to go out and approach, but you lack the ability to do it because you don't have the discipline yet. So the discipline is what you need.